Joey Connolly. Number 5, Luke Davis. 15, Isaac Silkaitis. Number 25, Noah Campbell. And number 30, Andrew Szynski. And now the starting lineup for your Dukes. At guard, junior number 3, AJ Levine. 6'3" junior, number 25, Kyle Waltz. At forward, a 6'4" junior, number 35, Braden Richardson.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to York Sports Network. We are here live at the Dick Campbell Gymnasium here for some York Duke boys varsity basketball. And tonight we have the Battle of 83. York versus Willowbrook, a classic. Two crosstown rivals looking to duke it out tonight. And you know, this is a pretty big game, bigger than most of these rivalries, because last year these two teams fought in the playoffs, the state regionals at Glenbard West. The Dukes were able to get the better of the Warriors in that game. So the Warriors likely with revenge on their mind.
Definitely, and that revenge will invigorate them to be able to try and get away with the win after a struggling year so far. They haven't really been competitive with Proviso East for that West Suburban Gold Championship, in which they won last season. So this team at 8-17 coming into this one, 3-5 in conference, and they are looking to try and turn it around on their season with a win here at the Campbell Gym, heading into the playoffs.
That was Andrew Szynski and Adam Hardick taking the tips. And it's the Dukes controlling possession. Same starting five as usual for York. Starting with AJ Levine on the wing. He feeds it down low. Back out Levine. Back out Richardson. Richardson an early three-pointer, but he can't hit. Offensive rebound by Hardick. Hardick looking to kick. He finds Levine. Levine guarded by Noah Campbell, the star of this Warriors squad.
Yeah, Campbell led the team in assists last season and reached, I want to say, the 1,000-point mark this season.
Meanwhile, at the other end, that's fan favorite Joey Tumulty, number 1, starting point guard for the Warriors. He gets an early little steal, and that's a lot of what we saw from him last year, sort of just like the scrappiness leading to good defense, and that good defense leading to offense for the Warriors. They strike first here.
Definitely good hands from Joey Tumulty as he was able to poke that ball out there and force that turnover.
Out of bounds, and you see Levine with a bit of like a right wrist guard. Not sure if that's injury or just soreness or what, but something to keep an eye on. Hardick with it off the inbound. Hardick loses it. Nearly another turnover for the Dukes. Levine's pass was stolen. And a foul. That was Isaac Sobieszczyk. Noah Campbell bringing it up for Willowbrook.
This team fed through the guards, as you said. Noah Campbell and Joey Tumulty, two of the only returning starters of this Willowbrook squad. So their experience starting is what's led the team so far this year.
Here is Luke Davis of the Warriors dribbling it. Now he hands it off to Szynski. Back to Davis. He's working on Kyle Waltz. Davis crosses over, kicks to Campbell. Campbell fires for three and knocks it down. First field goal of the game, or second field goal of the game for the Warriors. They're off to a fast start.
And that shows his driving potential in Noah Campbell, because he just did a little jab step on AJ Levine, and Levine was going backwards quite a bit, because Noah Campbell gets most of his points from using his great quick first step to be able to get to the bucket.
Layup by Levine was no good, but Braden Richardson was able to help him out on the offensive boards. He's headed to the free throw line for two.
Richardson definitely an X factor for this team, as whenever he's playing well, the Dukes really are able to dominate. So he's been there's been some games where he's really put up 20, 22 points and they've pulled off an upset win, but unfortunately they are unable to hit both of his free throws.
You know, we've seen that inconsistency from the Dukes for a long time. However, they're trying to make up for that with their full court pressure, something they do so well, one of the best defenses in the state. Davis down low, trying to feed Sisienski, back out Davis. Davis finds Sobieschek, and he lays it off the glass. It's a quick 7-0 Warrior run. Josh, you mentioned that they were fueled with revenge, coming out hot in the early parts of this first quarter.
Definitely up with a 7-0 lead. Not the way the Dukes expected this one to go. At home with home court advantage. They definitely expect to take the lead. Also with the better record and the tougher schedule, the Dukes are on paper expected to take this one. But as we were previewing a bit earlier, there's definitely some heated rivalry within this game. So the Warriors feeding off that energy so far and taking the lead. And that was just really good passing and relocation skills from Luke Davis there. He was able to get to the corner and able to handle the pass on that one. And then a good pass fake from Sobieski.
We'll see how the Dukes respond. Just a quick 30-second timeout to talk things over. And a turnover right out of the break, but a missed layup. Fortunate for the Dukes. Noah Campbell gets it back, however. Out to Davis. Davis three-pointer, knocks it down. Not what the Dukes wanted at all to start this game. Now the Warriors starting to get confident. Waltz, turnaround jumper off the mark. And the rebound by Sobieschek. Here's Davis.
Willowbrook slowing it down now, knowing that they're, as you like to say, they make their defense more wasting time and not allowing the Dukes to come back this one quickly.
Tumulty. Over to Sisienski for three. Can't hit that one. That would have been 5 straight for the Warriors. Levine with his left hand. Good defense by Campbell. He shuts him off, and that's going to be a double dribble. So early turnovers costing the Dukes, and already a deep bench. You see Coach Dunn bringing in all 5 new subs. Trying to find the energy in some of his other players. You got Logan Rice, Brendan Mola, Simon Redfern, Nick Dozano, and Ryan Peckosh all on the floor for those juniors. 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Sisienski to Campbell. Campbell working on Peckosh, arguably the Duke's best defender. Now Tumulty a long three. Rattles it home. Joey Tumulty. That's the 3rd three-pointer of the game for Willowbrook. It's 13-0.
Taking it to him so far. And another forced turnover by Willowbrook.
Davis turns it right back over. As good hands by Redfern. Now Dozano trying to push the pace. Peckosh in the corner. Now Dozano to Redfern. Moas goes baseline. Finds Rice, but he can't hang on. Campbell. Here come the Warriors. Dumps it off. Sobieschek can't finish. Offensive rebound. Back to Sobieschek down low. Kind of a scramble. Double teamed underneath. Still no whistle, and a timeout. Timeout by the coach of Willowbrook. And, you know, I'm sure the Dukes would have liked to take one as well. They trail by 13 here and still looking for their first points. You're watching YSN. Back to the action. Willowbrook inbounding underneath with all the momentum right now. Here's Tumulty on the wing. Davis falls down. Luckily, it ends up right in the hands of Tumulty, and Tumulty's going to fire for 3 and hits again. Joey Tumulty having himself a night, up to 8 points already, and the lead continuing to grow for Willowbrook. Another turnover for the Dukes. No, Campbell couldn't hang on, and he knocks it out of bounds.
And it just seems as the communication is just not going well for the Dukes, as they haven't been able to get anything right. Players going in the wrong direction. No one's reading each other's minds at this point, and they're all just doing, they'll half cut, and then the Dukes will think, their teammates will think that they're full cutting and just throw it to absolutely nobody. So it's been an unfortunate night for the Dukes on the offensive end, only getting a few shots up and quite a few possession opportunities.
This is not necessarily a lineup that's built with scores either. So you got to imagine that Molis and Redfern are to be taking the brunt of the offensive load here with this 5-out right now. Molis guarded by Tumulty, facing the pressure. He spins to his right hand, trying to get to the rack, and it's blocked. Andrew Sisienski with it, and they're going to say out of bounds, staying here with the Dukes.
That's something I like to see Molis use. I know he's still nursing back from that injury, but he's got a length and speed advantage over Tumulty, so maybe back him up and then use his change of direction ability against Tumulty and possibly hide as well.
Redfern for 3, can't hit. Offensive rebound by Rice, but he lost it in transition. Sobies check. Now it's Tumulty. Campbell guarded by Redfern. Duke's almost going in a man-to-man defense, it seems. Campbell, good defense by Redfern, able to lock him up in the corner. Nearing the baseline, now it's Sisinski.
And as you said, Willowbrook, or York, came in with all 5 backups here, or all 5 subs, where Willowbrook has yet to sub off a player.
Foul coming off the offensive rebound. I believe the other is Sobies check. He's going to the line. Coach Dunn shaking his head over there in the corner. He's in disbelief of what is happening on the court right now.
Yeah, the Dukes typically really competitive against good teams like that game against Bolingbrook or the game where they beat Conant. So a very competitive team that has played well all season. And, you know, we've watched them play their fair share of top-ranked teams. You have DGN in there, Hinsdale Central, and none of them have gotten off the start like Willowbrook has against York today.
Two for 2 from the line from Sobies check. 1:25 to go here in the first. Rice in the corner. Duke's almost in desperation mode right now, nearly trailing by 20. Rice with the left hand, no good. Now it's Tumulty. Looking to push, finding Davis on the wing. He's doubled. Davis gets it away to Sobies check. Sobies touches Sisinski, lays it home. 20-0 Willowbrook right now. I don't think anyone would have thought that this would happen. You see Tommy Van Daff sitting by the scores table, looking to check in. That would be the 11th player to check in tonight. Molis on the wing to Zano. Pull-up jumper, that's blocked, no call. Underneath the Logan Rice, and he gets the first 2 points for the Dukes.
Finally. So Dukes finally break through here. And Willowbrook's defense has just been a wall, able to collapse any sort of good shot opportunity.
Davis down low, he's fouled.
York foul number 23, Logan Rice, his first, team's third. At the line of shoot 2 for Willowbrook, number 5, Luke Davis.
Davis off on the first. Van Daff comes in for Rice. Davis splits the pair from the line. Final 30 seconds. We'll see if the Dukes try and hold for the last shot. And it really looks like Willowbrook is almost mimicking this Dukes ball press defense. It really has been very effective against them. Final 20, DeZano to Pekosh in the corner. He's facing the double team. Got to get rid of it. Loses it, and they're going to say staying here. 9.9 on the clock. Van Daff to Desano. Got to work quickly. Redfern in the corner. Firing for three. Knocks it down. Simon Redfern with a big shot. Maybe giving the Dukes some momentum. Tumulty chucks it full court, but it won't matter. So a bit of a high note to say after an atrocious first quarter for the Dukes. They trailed 21-5. Josh, what went wrong for them specifically in that first quarter?
Well, you can't really be specific when it is legitimately everything went wrong. They couldn't make shots. They couldn't get rebounds. They couldn't play defense. They kept turning the ball over. It was just everything that has went wrong for the Dukes this season at different points in the season and different points within games just all went wrong at once. They just could not advance the ball. None of the ball handlers were performing well, and they kept consistently getting turnovers. So it was A.J. Levine, Simon Redfern, Brendan Molas, and everyone else. It was just turnover after turnover after turnover. So that's a credit as well to Willowbrook's defensive strategy. As you said, they brought out the ball press that the Dukes should be used to seeing with the fact that they run it all the time in practice. I assume they run it all the time in practice. So the Dukes seemingly baffled by the fact that this is being ran against them, and it's so far worked out really, really well.
We'll see how the Dukes can respond here. We mentioned that Simon Redfern hitting that three, maybe generating a bit of a spark. Coach Dunn going to keep the same five out there to start the second quarter. Fresh legs coming on for Willowbrook. In comes number 21, that's Jimmy Degnan, and also number 3, Tyler Royal. Joey Tumulty on the wing, guarded by Desano. He spins and turns it over. And Mullis recovers. Pakosh over to Mullis. That ball was tipped, and we're going to stay here. Desano at the top of the key. Pakosh to Van Daff. Mullis trying to go in, but Tumulty meets him there. Finding Pakosh. Inside to Van Daff. He goes up, and he's fouled. Good offensive possession from the Dukes. We saw a lot of patience there. Van Daff goes 2 for 2.
Some much needed points for the Dukes as now they finally get a third of what Willowbrook has scored so far. And then another foul there.
That's their 4th of the half.
Nick Desano, his second, team's 4th. Willowbrook basketball out of bounds.
Tumulty with it. Tumulty steps into a 3 and hits. Nothing but net for Joey Tumulty, his 3rd of the game. 11 points overall for him. Van Daff to Pakosh. Redfern down low, over to the pass to Desano. Nice drawn up play there. Finding Desano open on the block.
Yeah, beautiful pass from Redfern and a nice cut from Desano to get an open look.
(24-9) into Sobieschek. And the starters coming back on for York. Coach Dunn has seemed to forgive them.
After their little bench punishment, it seems like they are allowed back on, and we'll see if they'll be able to do something this time and put any points up on the board.
Tyler Royal kicks. Another three from Tumulty and another make. Joey Tumulty acting like Steph Curry here tonight. He's really carrying them here in the second quarter, and he's really shown off some range as well.
Definitely done a great job from him. Just any ounce of room that the Dukes have been giving him, he's been taking advantage.
Levine trying to answer. Too strong. And the rebound by Tumulty. Tyler Royal. Back open is Tumulty. Thought about a heat check. Steps back. Now he's going to, oh, nice pass. Fooled me. And he's blocked. That was Isaac Sobieschek. But as for Tumulty, 4 threes tonight. This was not something we saw from him last year when the Dukes took on Willowbrook. Tumulty kicks. Campbell fires. Off the mark on that one. Danko trying to push. Gets it off. Now it's Waltz. Inside to Hardick. Good ball movement. And Hardick, oh, he short arms that one. Trying to fight for it. And the rebound by Tumulty. Missed opportunity there for Hardick. Campbell recovers. Now stops and pops and scores. Noah Campbell. His second bucket of the evening. Now it's Danko. Turns it over there. Lead back up to 20 now. Stolen by Levine. Levine inside Richardson. Goes up and he's fouled.
Now we're going to bring on a very special guest. It's my calculus teacher, Mr. Buckley, who's an avid fan of both basketball and the man at the line, Braden Richardson.
Yeah, I feel like the last time at the line, Josh, he didn't properly calculate the integral of the velocity in order to position the ball perfectly into the hoop. Let's see if he makes these 2 free throws.
Definitely.
There we go.
That was good. A little short, but a little help from the rim. Maybe the rebound physics of that one is what we can do tomorrow in class.
That would be a fun calculus problem for your quiz tomorrow. I agree.
Quiz. Oh, Josh looks at me wide-eyed.
Sounds like a pop quiz to me.
I'm hoping you guys bring the same amount of intensity that Willowbrook's brought to their full-court press this game, man.
And the same amount of preparation as well, as they've really been studying this Dukes offense and knowing how to stop it.
Yeah, although it seems like York's done a better job of attacking it in the second half, not just to get it across the half-court line, but actually get some easy baskets, so...
It's definitely the way you want to attack a press, is you want to get downhill and get into the corners, so then you're able to attack the rim from the side on that way, rather than just sitting up at the top corners and just getting trapped the whole time.
Luke Davis on that drive, kicking to Noah Campbell. He goes up and can't score. Fresh legs coming on for the Warriors, not only Davis, but also first appearance from Jaylen Brown, number 20. Not the Jaylen Brown, but a Jaylen Brown. Stolen by the Warriors. Another steal. And another score in transition. After a brief offensive stint for the Dukes, it's gone back to basically disaster, down 31-11, and turning it over again. Not much has gone right. The Dukes just seem basically lost on offense. They just don't seem like they were prepared for any sort of pressure for Willowbrook.
Yeah, I'm wondering, they really got sped up in the first quarter. And now with another, at least it's not a bounce turnover, it's not a live ball, but Willowbrook got a lot of easy baskets. And then are they usually, oh, what a steal.
Recovered by Jimmy Degnan and a quick timeout. Finish your point.
Are they usually this good of a shooting team?
Willowbrook?
Yeah, that was what we were impressed by, especially, Tumulty, number 1. He was not much of a shooter last year, but, 4 threes tonight, a few of them from way outside. I would say definitely not last year, especially from these guys that have bigger roles this year.
Yeah. I guess if you give a team enough easy buckets to start, some of the tougher ones start to fall even when they're out of rhythm. That one, he put the change in the parking meter outside and nothing but nylon.
Good one, Mr. Buckley. Yeah, as you were saying, as you see one go in, it just makes it easier and easier to see the rest go in, and that seems like it was the case for Joey Tumulty.
Campbell has not touched the bench yet tonight. Dukes pressure him and over and back. Dukes trying to hang their hat on what they do best, their defense.
Definitely finally trying to get some stops here, and they have in a row, so now they just need to convert on offense to get this lead within 20.
Levine blowing by Degnan and scoring easily, and a foul. And that's a player that you really want to get going in terms of confidence. We mentioned that he's much more of a confidence player than most. And once he gets hot, he's really starting to feel it. And also it seems like the chemistry with his team starts to go up as well.
Rhodes.
Seems like early on in the game against the press.
Out of bounds off of the Warriors. Yeah. Dukes retaining possession.
If AJ's wrist, that first drive was the first time he seemed comfortable in the game. Those first couple of turnovers in the first quarter just didn't seem quite like himself. But I'm wondering if he's starting to get used to it with that wrap on it.
Definitely takes some getting used to, especially on that right wrist, which is his shooting hand.
He pumps, he drives, and he gets fouled again, and another and one. There we go. Right on cue, A.J. Levine scoring with that right wrist. Back-to-back and ones for him. And with 2:40 to go, the Dukes are a free throw away from taking this to a 14-point deficit.
Yeah. If we can just cut it to like 7 before the half. Especially how they play, they've got to feel good about that potential.
I would agree. And they're going to say jump ball.
Here we go.
Big plays. The momentum starting to shift. Don't want to speak too soon, but the Dukes definitely looking much more confident on the defensive end. Molis on the wing. Over to Waltz. Waltz has not really gotten going so far today. Molis, three-pointer, off the mark, fighting for the offensive board, and it ends up in the hands of Richardson. Tipped by Jalen Brown, but the Dukes are going to keep it here with 2:12. Redfern finding Waltz. Waltz open. Rare miss from him. That was as much space as he's gotten tonight. Luke Davis bringing it up. Now it's Sobies check. Picks it up in the backcourt still and launches one that is caught and feeded to Brown, and he scores.
It's about a 2 to 4 point swing. Those last couple of threes just not falling. Great shots, though.
Definitely. Now Waltz on the wing. Molis to Levine. Levine working on Davis. Goes up. And, an unfortunate bounce there. That one was halfway down. Now Davis coming the other way. Stop it on the break. Sobies check. Kicking it. New Warrior coming on. That is number 10, Kenyon Rhodes. Davis turns it over, and you
hate to see it. Two guys, same team, both with a chance at the ball. took it away from each other. But still, I love the activity. You got to love the activity defensively, right?
Yeah, definitely adding to limiting the Willowbrook offense so far in the second half of the second quarter.
Rhodes falling down and a late whistle on Levine, his second of the half. We hit under a minute to play here. Dick Campbell Gymnasium.
The Duke's definitely looking much, much better, but the issue is the fact that they're still down 15.
Yeah, definitely a big hole to climb out of. And a turnover there, that's a good place to start. But it always feels like with the Dukes, even though they've gotten in such a big hole, their defense is kind of structured in a way where they can get quick points off of turnovers, so they can kind of put up points in bunches, really. So even though this lead is so big for the Warriors, it doesn't feel as scary given how much we've watched the Dukes. Meanwhile, on the offensive end, Richardson is fouled. Your guy, Mr. Buckley.
Yeah, great pass. Knowing Braden, he's pretty mad that he got too deep under the hoop to finish that one. He wanted that three-point play. It's like making a bunch of small mistakes on a calculus test. You thought you got a 55 out of 60, and then all of a sudden a few small mistakes, and it's down to a B. And what are you gonna do?
Given that you're his teacher, do you do any basketball coaching to him in class?
We haven't talked about it a lot, actually. I'm surprised we haven't, because I love basketball. And I know he does, but outside of a few times in class, he's really pretty hard focused on his work and his grades. So, he keeps it about the math most of the time in class.
That's good. I'm sure the Richardsons are beaming to hear that. Final 30 seconds here in this first half. Sobies check, pressured immediately. Hands it off to Degnan. In the corner, Jalen Brown. Duke's trying to force a turnover to get an extra possession. Sobies check. Sobies check running out of time now. 13 seconds. Guarded by Pekos. He's not giving him any room. Degnan now. Davis, 7 seconds. Davis still working near the logo. Over to Rhodes. Rhodes trying to split the double team. Stolen by Redfern, but he just throws it away. It looked like Pekos was fouled. Yeah, Mr. Buckley saying give him the call. But that's where we leave it here after 2. It seemed that the Dukes kind of responded well after that atrocious first quarter.
Definitely, they started to play much better. As Mr. Buckley pointed out, they started to attack the press defense much more and then move on to getting those easy buckets and preventing the easy buckets on the defensive end. But then that seemed to collapse again in the second half of the second quarter as the lead continues to stay quite high at 14.
Yeah, and obviously doing a little bit of mathematics, if they can cut it to 7 in the third, get it to within a couple of possessions. Now you get it at close game down in the fourth quarter. So if they keep attacking, you see no reason with their press and how quickly they can get buckets, so they can't get back in the game in the second half.
And what do you think they need to do that will get them back in this game and get them the win here at the Dick Campbell Gym on this Tuesday evening?
I mean, you saw AJ attack. Just keep attacking downhill and getting to the free throw line. The weakness with the press is you're always going to be left on the weak side with 4-on-3s, 3-on-2s, and so, when you're late to rotate over, you're always going to be vulnerable to fouling, and so, the Dukes seem like they can hit their free throws and, slow down their fast break of Willowbrook by getting to the line, so it might be easier to get back in the game that way.
Well, wonderful points, and thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Buckley. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you guys for sharing the mic with me. 100% my pleasure. Go Dukes.
Go Dukes. And with that, we'll send it to halftime. Join us here in 8.5 minutes for the continuation as the Dukes look for a comeback against their Cross 83 rival in the Willowbrook Warriors.
Hey everyone, it is Connor Choi and Luca DeSanto here. It's a pretty tough game thus far here. Willowbrook coming out with a 16-0 run. This is a pretty tough game. Willowbrook's ranked like 7th or something.
No, they have 7 wins.
Oh, 7 wins. Okay. But Willowbrook has really just been out on a run. York making a bit of a run, but I don't think do you think it's going to be enough to stop him, Choi?
I mean, the way it's looking right now, it's really looking like York has no answer for everything Willowbrook's been throwing at them. Their offense, their starters were terrible for about the first 2 minutes. Coach Dunn takes them all out and replaces them. The second team doesn't do much after that. We finally score a bucket. I believe it was Logan Rice, the first point scorer in this game, and the struggles just continued from there. Turnovers, missed shots, forced shots. AJ Levine forcing a couple shots that obviously did not fall, and it's just continuing in a downward spiral to a 33-19 deficit here.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a bit of a tough run lately for the Dukes. A couple bad losses. AJ Levine being a bit spotty with his performance. I mean, we remember last week he had 5 points and fouled out. And today is no different. It's a pretty rough game for AJ, and the only other person who has a significant amount of points is Brayden Richardson. So this has been a pretty tough game. Praying that it gets better. We're praying that we get better as a team. And Choi, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, and I mean, they're drawing the fouls, which is good. Brayden Richardson having multiple free throw trips in this one, but when your shooting percentage as a team is just so low, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they're shooting well below 50%, I should say. You have AJ Levine missing multiple shots, like we said, and missing the layups. You can't miss these easy baskets. We saw a couple of some of the easiest layups that Willowbrook has given you, some of the easiest points, and you're just not able to score, and that really leads to this low-scoring affair. 19 points as a team, probably one of the lowest marks we've seen from this team all year long. And this Willowbrook team, while they're well below 500, they're not a bad team, and you cannot give them all these scoring opportunities. They hit a couple of wide-open threes, and that's why they're at 33, Luca.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think is it that's not completely working for York here? Is it the team not gelling well together, or is it a problem with not even specific players, but like just like coaching strategies or strategies used on the court by the team?
Well, I mean, if they readjust the entire offensive game plan and they're firing on all cylinders coming out of half, I think they'll look much better. Nothing's really gone their way so far in the first half. So if they play hard defense and then they completely readjust the offense and execute on that end, then I think it'll be better. AJ Levine got to give up the ball. He does not have to take every shot. Only 6 points in the first half, and he's just having another one of those off nights, and it's really not helping the team when you're not performing to the standard you want to, when you're taking every shot. You got to give the ball around to find Kyle Waltz for 3. You know, he's been a consistent shooter all year. Brayden Richardson down low, so there's a couple of options, and we'll see what the Dukes can do here in this one, Luca.
Absolutely. This has been Connor Choi and Luca DeSanto. Gavin Connolly and Josh Melvin will be right back. Thank you for tuning in. You're watching York Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to YSN. Second half action for the York Dukes taking on the Willowbrook Warriors in the Battle of 83. Route 83, that is. Davis with a 3 right out of the break. He's no good. Now Levine controlling possession for the Dukes. Danko picks up his dribble, now finds Hardick. Levine driving, doubled, back out to Danko. Back to Danko. Danko fires, not the best three-point shooter, and he misses there. Noah Campbell racing down the other end, really using his speed to his advantage. Back out to Tumulty. Another 3 for Joey Tumulty, and he can't hit. Davis on the offensive board. Back to Sobieschek. Now it's Tumulty. Tumulty and Campbell were really lighting it up, combining for 21 of the 33 points. Campbell finding Sobieschek. He spins and scores. Nice little move there on Adam Hardick, who's a very good post defender.
Yeah, Sobieschek as well as Sasinski, thank you, have also been X factors today, both playing really well in the post.
Campbell's floater is no good. And a three-pointer from Luke Davis, who knocks it down. Luke Davis' second 3.
2 for 2 on the day. 2 for 3. Still a good percentage.
Yeah. Waltz finds Richardson down low. Richardson goes up and he's fouled.
Willowbrook foul number 30, Andrew Sasinski, his first, team's first.
Richardson's short on the first. 4 points in the game for Richardson. However, he's missed 3 free throws.
That's kind of been the night for the Dukes, just not converting. And, you know, the story of the season has been forcing turnovers, but also giving up a lot of turnovers. And that's also been a major factor in tonight's contest.
Warriors pushing the pace, and it leads to an Andrew Sasinski 5-footer.
Beautiful move. They're able to double move in the air. It was really good.
Dukes kind of breaking the press with ease now, and it led to 2 fast break opportunities for Richardson. But no call there. Dukes will inbound underneath. Hardick to Levine. Oh, they were trying to get it to Waltz, but the Warriors were ready. Now Richardson. Richardson driving with his left, trying to spin, but he lost it. Sasinski picks it up, and now Campbell pushes the pace. Campbell, transition three-pointer, can't connect. That one rattled around the rim for quite some time. Dukes catch a break there. Try and work with it on offense. Levine finds a man down low. It's Richardson again, back to the free throw line for him.
Willowbrook foul number 30, Andrew Sasinski, his second, team second.
Richardson able to convert on both, which is very convenient for the Dukes, cutting the lead to 18 and leading the Dukes in scoring so far with 7.
On the other end, spinning is Sobieschek, but he can't get the little bunny hook to convert.
Willowbrook foul number 30, Andrew Szynski, his third, team's third. Basketball out of bounds.
And Szynski is going to come out here as that's already his third foul. But he's been a factor on the defensive end throughout the course of the evening.
On the other end, the Dukes breaking the press. Waltz going up strong. Thought he got fouled, but he converts anyways. Kyle Waltz, first points of the game for him.
And that's the fourth straight possession where they've had an opportunity like that, a 2-on-1.
Davis turning it over, and now the Dukes trying to push, but Danko turns it right back over. He was caught in midair. And now Tumulty, a fast break for him, lays it up. That's kind of been the biggest issue for the Dukes. They've been forcing turnovers, but they're just giving the ball right back to an even easier opportunity for Willowbrook. Danko misses the layup, and it's cleared away by Noah Campbell. Campbell evades one defender, evades another defender. Down low. Sobies check, and a foul on the ground on the Dukes.
Glad Waltz is able to get up off of that one. That's always a scary foul when a guy jumps on a pump fake and then goes over the back of the offender. So a lot of injuries are happening that way, so it's nice that Waltz was able to get up. Off comes Danko, on goes Pecos.
Steal by Redfern. Redfern going up and lays it home for two. 5 points for Redfern. 42-26, Willowbrook. And another steal by Redfern, trying to save it, and he does successfully. Using that basketball experience, able to just fire it off Sobieszczyk, and create an extra opportunity for York. Levine going up with his right hand, can't finish. And a scramble for the rebound, ends up with Molas, and he leaves the scramble alive. Now a tip, stay here with the Dukes. Molas to inbound. Redfern over to Pecos. Waltz. Power dribble going up, and he'll shoot 2 free throws. No, they're going to say another foul on the floor. But still 4 fouls on the Warriors here with 3:33 to go in the third. Here is number 3, A.J. Levine, forced to give it up. Waltz, a deep 3, short. Molas tried to tip in, it wouldn't work. Corrals it underneath. It's tipped by Tumulty, and he flies out of bounds. Levine to Waltz. He frees open, no good. Campbell. Pull-up jumper, short. Rebounded by Brendan Molas. Just over 11 minutes in this game. Desperation time for the Dukes. Pecos in transition scores it. Good feed from A.J. Levine. Tumulty gets it to Davis. Sobieszczyk pressured by Pecos, and he forces the steal. Pecos loses it right back. Back-to-back turnovers, feels like the millionth time. Now Davis in the corner, swinging it to Campbell, open 3, knocks it down. And a big, fat dagger from the Warriors to put this game back in favor of the Warriors by 17. Skip pass. Ends up in the corner, back to Redfern, way short on that one, and it goes right. Sobieszczyk. Campbell, seemingly never running out of energy, pull up 3, short.
I mean, Willowbrook really showing the Dukes how to rotate on defense. Is that 3 from Noah Campbell was just a rotation breakdown and communication breakdown by the Dukes. And then on the other end, Willowbrook was able to still contest a corner 3 from Redfern to force an air ball there. And that was off of good rotations and good communications.
Levine pressured. Waltz open three-pointer. Knocks it down. Kyle Waltz, his first three. After he missed his first few, that's got to feel good for number 25. Now a 2-on-1 the other way, and Campbell lost it. Last touch by Waltz.
Yeah, first three in a while for the Dukes. I remember there was the one that finished out the first quarter, but I don't think the entire second quarter they hit a three. So far in the third. As off for the first time comes Noah Campbell, it looks like. Yes.
Tumulty inbound successfully, and it's tipped. Pecos racing to get to it, now dumps it off to Levine, who lays it home. Back to a 12-point game all of a sudden. The Dukes slowly creeping back here, turning defense to offense.
Yeah, the Dukes with a couple good possessions to make sure that Willowbrook throws it into the corner there, which is exactly on a press. What you want is to trap them in the corner. There's the one corner, obviously, with the baseline, and then as soon as you get across half court, because then otherwise it's a backcourt violation.
Jimmy Degnan for three, in and out. That would have been soul-crushing if you're a York fan. A.J. Levine taking his time, a minute 14. Cross-court pass to Redfern. Big three-pointer, and he's short. Now Tumulty. Warriors have numbers. Deciding to slow it down. Tumulty's got to get it over, and he does successfully. And a turnover. Waltz. Levine. Stolen by Tumulty. What a play by number one. Now Davis. Davis goes up, and he's fouled. Luke Davis with a big play. And the connection between him and Tumulty showing.
And the Willowbrook student section, which is currently larger than York's, goes crazy as Luke Davis had a nice play to snatch the ball away, I want to say, from Redfern there, who thought he had an easy steal on his hands and able to finish through the contact of Pecos.
Luke Davis converts the three-point play, and it feels like a huge swing of points there. We thought Levine had an easy score on one end. It turns into a three-point play on the other end for the Warriors. Braden Richardson pull up. Can't connect there.
Luke Davis now the second leading scorer for the Warriors so far tonight, sitting at 10.
Davis pressured by Levine. Pecos comes to send the double. He finds Tumulty. And Tumulty barely escaping pressure. Now Davis down low. Sobieschek in and out. Final few seconds. 3.8 on the clock. Second of the game for Simon Redfern. Jimmy Degnan to inbound for Willowbrook. Only 3.8. Sobieschek going baseline. Fires one up and can't connect. So that's how, after three quarters, it's the Willowbrook Warriors still up 15. A favorable lead. The Dukes still in quite a big hole, and the clock is not on their side.
Yeah, the Dukes have faced a lot of great teams over the course of the season, and so far, of the ones I've been able to see, this is probably the one that has felt like the biggest difference between the opponent and the Dukes since probably Hinsdale Central back in early December when this team was very inexperienced and was facing Hinsdale Central, who now is a current top 10 team, but Willowbrook is playing like that tonight despite having a losing record on the season. So they've just been doing everything right, and that's really a credit to their head coach as well as the players, because their coach has clearly coached them up well for this evening. For the Dukes, we'll see how they respond down 13 with the chance to come back here, but you know, you just need anything to fall. You need shots to start falling, and there's been some poor decisions on the offensive end. There's been a 2-on-1, and every single time it seems they've gone up instead of trying to pass to the other guy after a pump fake, so then you get a wide-open look on the other end. And a nice bounce pass, you know, has been doing that well. Willowbrook.
Yeah, and I mean, Mr. Buckley put it simply and put it best. You know, the Dukes just seem rushed. mostly on offense. It just seems like they're almost their mind is just, or their body is just outthinking their mind, really. And it just seems like bad decisions are being made just because they're not taking a moment to think. And it's leading to a lot of costly turnovers and missed opportunities.
Definitely, they feel pressured. They feel pressured with the ball by the defense, and then they just think, I need to pass it immediately. And they just need to pass it immediately, but they don't look to see where the Willowbrook defenders are, and they're seemingly to just throw it right at the Willowbrook defenders. It's been a powerhouse performance for Willowbrook so far. Just been dominant in every facet of the game.
It's kind of the last gasp for the Dukes. 13 points. It feels like they're getting dominated, and it feels like the lead is honestly bigger, but they did a pretty good job of clawing back. It's safe to say they're still within striking distance if they can put some scoring possessions together.
Definitely. There was a couple of missed opportunities by Sobiak a few times in a row there and there again. So a few missed points that they need to take advantage of going down the stretch if they're really going to need to seal this game away.
Desano was putting on the moves, but a last-second block prevents any scoring. Levine will inbound. Waltz open in the corner. Can't hit the three-pointer. Waltz. It's been a bit of a non-factor, save 5 points. Sobieszczyk in the front court. Knocking over Pekos, but it leaves him open for a three, and he hits it. Pekos was trying to take the charge, and it didn't pay off. Back up to 16 is the Warriors' lead. Waltz, guarded by Degnan. Waltz trying to free up some space for himself. Pull up midi, in and out. Sobieszczyk splitting the double team, and they're going to say a foul on the ground. That's Levine's third with 6:40 to play in the game. Tyler Royal back in for the Warriors. Now it's Joey Tumulty. Tumulty just trying to spread out the Duke's defense, but Desano picks him up almost to the logo. Tumulty trying to spin around Desano. Now kicks, and an offensive foul. Charge taken by Brennan Molis. Good defensive effort by the two juniors.
Must have went to the Adam Hardick School of taking charges there. Good charge taken, as that's probably the easiest foul to have drawn, and that's going to be his fourth of the day for Tumulty.
Definitely something to keep an eye on. He's going to take a seat on the bench. If this game starts to become closer and closer, that's a number the coach has to keep an eye on. Waltz kicking to an open Mullis. He likes that corner. He can't hit that time.
The Dukes have not been able to hit open threes. 2 with Redfern, 1 for Waltz there, and then now another one with Mullis. That's 12 points you leave off the board with good looks.
Oh, Sobieszczyk trying to body Waltz, but his fadeaway was way short. Levine now into the front court. Evading pressure, trying to go up, and he draws contact and 2 free throws. Levine, the leading scorer with 10, and an opportunity to add to that.
At the line to shoot for the Dukes, number 3, AJ Levine.
Go Duke.
Brings it down to 13 again, but now only 5:45 remaining.
Sobieszczyk able to evade the double team, nearly a 10-second violation, but now Tyler Royal in the corner for 3, no good. The Warriors had numbers there, but unable to make the Dukes pay. 5:29 to go in this game. Duke's down to their last breath. Waltz gives it to Zano. Open for Levine. Levine for three. Off the backboard and out. Nearly a steal by Levine, but Sobieszczyk gets it away. Davis steps into a three, and it's nothing but net. Luke Davis with another big shot.
He has casually gone 3 for 4 and now 13 points from the field for Luke Davis. Impressive performance, stepping up when Tumulty's been on the bench more than you'd expect with his 16 points due to foul trouble. So he's really stepped up and helped be that third man to Noah Campbell and Joey Tumulty's top two.
Definitely. He's been a huge, huge force on offense for them tonight. It just feels like every time the Dukes seem to be inching closer to striking distance, really, the Warriors seem to hit another big shot to just kind of keep the Dukes at arm's distance.
Those are the first points for Brendan Mullis this evening, just showing the offensive struggles of the Dukes. Not one player in double digits yet. Oh, my apologies. Levine is at 12. From my angle, it looked like 2.
Campbell with an important missed pull-up, but the Dukes nearly giving it right back, and they do. Another steal from Sobieszczyk. Those steal numbers got to be very high. Davis on the other end, a layup off of a beautiful feed from Tyler Royal.
Tyler Royal is showing how it's done on a 2v1. Pump fake, then pass to the other guy. And now up to 15 is Luke Davis.
Levine. Another missed three for York. Sobieszczyk. Dizano gets it back. Nice steal by him. Now Levine off the glass for 2. Davis into the front court. Pressured from behind, but kicks to Royal, who knocks down the mid-range. That's been the issue. When the Dukes don't force a turnover in the backcourt, it leads to numbers for the Warriors in the front court. Missed there. Waltz off the offensive rebound, puts it home. 3:35 remaining. Dukes full court pressure. I imagine that's what they'll be in for the rest of the game. Campbell Euro stepping and getting to the basket with ease. A 60 bomb for the Willowbrook Warriors here tonight. What a performance.
Definitely not something you typically see against this good Duke defense, but just absolutely impressive all the way around for Willowbrook.
Davis, Euro stepping and kicking to Degnan. And this is the second straight game that the Dukes have allowed 60 points or more. Gave up over 70 to Lions, but in that game, they were really feeling it on the offensive end. Not the same story tonight.
Yeah, definitely more of an offensive shootout that one, so there was more possessions in the game and more opportunity for Lions to be able to put up that many points, as well as they're currently ranked 22nd in the state, so you expect them to be able to put up those kind of points, not necessarily from this Willowbrook team here.
Willowbrook foul number 21, Jimmy Degnan, his third, team's ninth. At the line shoots for the Dukes, number 3, AJ Levine.
I can't with these calls.
Levine knocking down the first.
You shouldn't even be at the line.
Levine goes 2 for 2. Under 3 minutes to play in this game. Davis kicks to Royal. Over to Degnan. Sobieszczyk spinning. And nice footwork leading to an and one. Layup and a foul for Isaac Sobieszczyk, who he's in double figures now with 11. Looking like a Hakeem Olajuwon with those smooth post moves.
Definitely a nice use of pump faking that fadeaway that he's shot a couple times so far tonight and hits the free throw.
Shooter's touch there.
Yeah, able to use that pump fake and the defense expecting that to then use that to their disadvantage to go up and under.
Anioti Malamas checking in for York, as is Max Bernison, number 33, and Logan Rice, number 23. Bernison over to Rice. Down low to Malamas. Duke seemingly calling off the dogs. Malamas out of bounds. In comes Chris Pomato for the Dukes as well, number 24. Mullis takes a seat.
In for Willowbrook, number 10, Kenyon Rhodes, and 31, Stanton Turner.
Turner and Rhodes back in for Willowbrook as well. Campbell and Sobieschek taking a seat. Luke Davis receiving the pass. Keeps the handle on it. Splitting the double team and getting in the lane. Smooth moves from Luke Davis, but it's Stanton Turner with the points coming off the offensive glass. Another 20-point advantage for the Warriors. Bernison getting it over the halfway line. Down low, Malamas. Head fake. Now going up from the mid-range, too strong. Rice fighting for it, but it ends up in the hands of Luke Davis.
Who's been everywhere tonight. Has quite a few assists as well and good rebounding from the guard. He's really been the player of the game for Willowbrook.
Willowbrook moving it around the horn. Royal finding Rhodes. Rhodes steps into a three. Scramble for the rebound, and it's going to be Warriors ball out of bounds on Panayotti. Out of bounds on Tyler Royal.
Back in the game for Willowbrook, number 20, Jalen Brown.
Luke Davis taking a seat after a terrific performance from him. Bernison bringing up the ball. Over to Rice. Rice head fakes, gets in the lane, a foul, and the basket.
Basket's good for number 20.
And they're going to say an and one. Logan Rice, that and one opportunity.
Nice move and finish from Logan Rice.
No good. Tyler Royal to Brown. Brown nearly turning it over, received by Degman. Degman goes up and blocked by Pomato. Big play for him. And now a turnover, steal by Max Bernison. Facing the pressure now, but able to clear it away to Malamas. Van Daff, corner three. Swish.
That's a three, Tommy.
With under a minute to go, Coach Dunn calling timeout. The end of the bench guys putting in some good effort here tonight. Love to see that.
Definitely nice play from Pomato, who's playing right now for playing time next season to be able to be a consistent part of the Duke's rotation. And the one way to get to Coach Dunn's heart is defensive effort, and showing it there is Chris Pomato.
And again, just a testament to the Duke's depth. You see, like, the Dukes play 11 guys, and they, guys, some of these guys you don't see getting a whole lot of minutes, but still, the effort and the talent is still very clearly on display. Inbound underneath for Willowbrook, and it's the Hail Mary pass that is successful, in a sense. Until it wasn't. A double team coming at the hands of Tommy Van Daff, forces a steal. Rice in the corner, three-pointer, too strong, rebound by Burnison. Burnison going up, hits the side of the backboard. Final 40 seconds, we'll see if Willowbrook just runs out the clock. They will not, they'll put up another shot, and it's hauled away by Van Daff. Final 30 now. Van Daff kicks to Rice, down low Malamas. Head fake, now goes up, no good. Final 20. Both teams playing viciously till the very end, testament to the rivalry. Another turnover for the Warriors. The clock nearly expires. Nearly another turnover there. Malamas in the corner for three, and it's way short. And that is how this ball game ends. To put it simply, domination from Willowbrook from start to finish. The Dukes were never really in this one.
No, from the start, getting down 20. They just were never able to crawl back within 10 from that point.
No, it was a 20 to, yeah, just like you said, a 20-0 opening run for Willowbrook. The lead got trimmed down to 12, and they never got closer than that. Ended up being 15, 65-50, and for the second game in a row, the Dukes defense getting exposed. Definitely a tough one to swallow here tonight, and a little bit of a revenge win for the Willowbrook Warriors, losing in the playoffs last year and also losing in football. So, Duke's definitely going to have to talk some things over, preparing for their last game against Libertyville.
Definitely a final game. Hopefully turn it around for the playoffs to try and at least win a game. I know it's going to be a tough task for the Dukes to try and go any much further than the regional championship game, but we shall see, as that would be an impressive way to cap off the season and, you know, look good going into next year. So the Dukes looking to turn it around here at the final game at Liberty against Libertyville here, and you'll be able to stream it on New York Sports Network at 7:30. I want to say on Saturday the 11th. So join us then, and thank you all for joining us for this rivalry game against Willowbrook. And we will see you all next time. It has been Gavin Connolly and Josh Melvin from New York Sports Network.
Final score, 65-50 Warriors. Go Dukes.